What is ListKit? Who's involved in ListKit, and what does it do?
ListKit is a B2B database platform, massive database of like 750 million people.
What's Client Ascension?
Program for agencies. You come to us, we show you cold email, content, sales, hiring, full circle of how to grow an agency.
What's your belief and viewpoint on life with balance?
Work hard until 6, 7 p.m. and then it's like go out, grab dinner with friends. It's not sustainable for me to do like work all day Saturday, hang out Sunday, work Sunday night, go back to the work week.
What have they taught you about like internet fame and criticism?
People come up to me in person like, dude, I love your videos. I made a video about bringing back bullying, like constructive criticism, giving your friends a polite kick in the butt. And someone DM me like, kill yourself, how could you make a video on this? Everything in business and in life becomes easier when you have a personal brand. Personal branding is everything. It's free eyeballs, it's free attention. People, for whatever reason, see you as like an authority figure.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Successful DNA. I'm here with my friend Christian. Christian, welcome to the pod.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So what I love about you, and really where we met, was at a boardroom event, more of a networking, high-ticket offer event. And then as I've learned more about you, it's gotten me interested in the fact that like the St. Pete, Tampa social media influencer scene is like picking up. And like, you know, you play a key part in that. Do you agree?
I would agree. I don't like the word influencer. I like the buzz that Tampa's getting, because when I first started posting, like nobody was talking about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You've been on, Scott's been on, who I know you know.
Yeah.
You know, with his podcast was the most over my head podcast about his day trading and options and all that. I'm like, dude, can you explain that?
Yeah.
Like you're talking to a 5-year-old, and he explained it like he's talking to a 5-year-old. And I still didn't get it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's his fault and not. So let's go. Let's start with where I know you from exactly.
Yeah.
We're about to be a client of yours through your company, ListKit. Let's start there, then we'll work back to front on that. And what is ListKit? And then who's involved in ListKit and what does it do?
Yeah, so ListKit is a B2B database platform right now. We're undergoing like a reshaping to where we're going to be the all-in-one outreach platform with sending, domains, the whole nine. But right now it's a database where you can come in and get a list of CEOs, e-com brands, software companies. We have like 700 something million contacts in there. Started 3 years ago. It was originally like a service where you would pay for a list and we would go build it with VAs on the back end. Mm-hmm. And then we invested a lot of time and effort and energy into making it a self-serve database software like ZoomInfo or Apollo. And it's myself, and we actually have 5 partners total. So I'm like the creative director. We have a CMO, we have a CEO, a head of sales, and a CTO. And then we have 60 people at the company now. So it's growing. It's a lot of work. It's stressful, but it's...
When did y'all start that?
2021.
Okay.
The brand, it's like I said, it was a service. So you would pay for a list from us, and we would build it with other tools, and then we're like, these tools suck, let's just build our own. So yeah, we developed the software, launched it. Our 2-year anniversary is coming up on when we launched the actual software. So
how many? You said 700,000.
We're at around hovering low, like 700, 680 a month. Yeah,
and that's the number of people in the contact list.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant revenue.
Oh no.
There's like, it's just a massive database of like 750 million people.
Yeah. How do you get 750 million people into a database?
We have a lot of vendors.
Is that the secret sauce?
There is secret sauce. Like behind the curtain of every database platform, there's like the same 3 or 4 vendors that people buy from. Where do they get the data? I have no clue. I would say like LinkedIn, web scraping, this and that. So we work with those vendors to compile a massive database of like terabytes of data. I don't know how we do that either. We have a really good CTO. We just trust him.
You're just a creative guy.
Yeah, I'm just a marketer. Like I know how to sell it. I don't know how to I don't know what's in the kitchen, but
yeah. So we were talking about earlier before the pod. So essentially, to our business, cold email out to the right target audience for our B&B turnkey offer for high income individuals who want passive cash flow and tax incentives via short-term rental loophole. That would be the play.
Yeah, because we have clients that do like commercial real estate syndication, and they've got interest from CEOs, like they're building some property in Naples, and they've gotten a lot of interest in investing in that with like here's the IRR, here's the equity multiple, whatever, like real estate terms, and people are interested there. Then we had a client who sold like tax strategy with Airbnb. I don't know if that's kind of what you guys do, but maybe pretty similar.
Yeah. It's more like the implementation of it, not like the strategy.
Like it's funny because technically it's like B2C cold email is not legal. You can't just email elliott@gmail.com. But you can email them at their business email. So if you want to sell them a B2C service, if you will, you can just email them at their work email.
Okay.
And it'll work.
That's good to know.
If you have good copy.
So what is your time split between ListKit, obviously your social media, and then Client Ascension? What's Client Ascension?
Yeah, Client Ascension is a high-ticket coaching program for agencies. So if you run like a Facebook ads, email marketing agency, but you don't know how to sign clients and sell, you come to us. We show you cold email, content, sales, ops, hiring, like the whole, full circle of how to grow an agency and turn it into a real business.
We use an agency right now, but we're thinking about bringing it in-house. We can chat through that. Let's back up a little bit. Let's go. All right, you're from New York, and you like everybody that lives in New York, they then come to University of Tampa. It's like a prerequisite. You got Vic, a New Yorker, to Tampa.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, you can't go to Tampa unless you're from New York.
I graduated school a semester early, December 2021. January 22, I packed my car and I was like, all right, see you guys.
You came to Tampa.
Yeah.
Why?
Because my business partners and I wanted to move to Florida, and we toured. We came down here for a Jake Paul fight, I think, for a weekend. It was like the fight was dumb, but it was a fun weekend. We stayed at the Marriott on Water Street, and we were like at the Harbor Island Water Street area where all the water, it looks amazing there. It's
so you packed your car, left, and you stayed.
Yeah, we were there for the weekend, and we're like, let's tour some places. First place we toured, I'm like, this is it. Signed a lease, 3-bed. Couldn't really afford it, so we just locked ourselves in our apartment for a year and worked and grew our business. And I think that pressure to evolve as a business is what got us to where we are.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
What was like the mindset going from packing your car in New York with nothing planned, but just a belief in yourself? What was that mindset like?
Well, New York winters literally made me, I think, actually depressed to where I would have trouble getting out of bed and walk to my car to shovel off snow and drive to class. So we're like, all right, if we just live at home, it's parents are paying the rent, they're paying the mortgage, but we're living for free. You don't really have to work hard. You can just kind of hang out. So my two other partners are very entrepreneurial. They come from a family of business owners. They've had their family. Grandpa had an exit for a ton of money. So they're like, let's move to Florida. Let's just grind for a year and grow into this rent that we just signed a lease on. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. That sounds sick. Like
that's not
an adventure.
It's an adventure, and it's not the normal career path. When did you first realize that you didn't want that normal career path?
It was in college. Like I said, my two business partners have a family of entrepreneurial background, so they always wanted to do.
And you were friends in college, and
so I met my business partner Andre as a freshman. We started our Real Talk podcast, and we interviewed a ton of guys that do marketing and real estate and all this stuff. And he was already in the mindset of business, and I was like, wait a second, this seems like a better option than the accounting degree I'm pursuing, which I graduated with, but I didn't want to go work for a Big Four accounting firm and hate my life. We kept doing it, but it wasn't making any money, so it was just like a fun little thing to do throughout the week instead of going to business club on campus, that kind of stuff. And then COVID hits, and we started a small marketing agency. Didn't really make any money, learned some skills, worked with clients. And then we stumbled upon a cold email course that we took, and we were the model students in it. And the guy that ran the course is Daniel, my now business partner. So we took the course. He reached out to us. He's like, you guys are my best students. Let's combine forces and build a coaching business, which is now Client Ascension. So it was a slow evolution of COVID. There was nothing else to do. And I kind of slowly realized I could actually, there's a path to me not having to get a job. Because for me, I didn't have the mind frame of, I don't have to go get a 9-to-5 after school. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That proves my mindset on college, where college can be a scam if you're just in it for the degree.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that I've looked at any of our employers' degrees out of all 100 and whatever it is of them. Yeah. But it's who you meet while you're there.
Oh, it's all network.
Yeah.
I actually wrote a book on networking.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got bullied into doing that. My business partner, once again, he's like...
Sold 1 million copies?
No. My mom bought 20. No, but Yeah, I mean, network's everything. I've thought about if I didn't go to the college I went to, I would have never met my business partner. If I didn't swipe up on his Instagram story to like, I think he said like, I'm starting a podcast, who wants to co-host? And I was like, me, I'll do it. Like, what if I didn't see that story that day? I don't know if I'd be here. I don't know if I'd be in Florida. I don't know what I'd be doing.
Yeah, there's 1,000 things that you
just
could
like
think
one
about.
little decision that changed everything.
But there's 1,000 decisions though that are even more.
Yeah.
That, like 1,000,000 probably.
Yeah, probably.
That, from your newborn to 21 that you made that put you in that right position. You mentioned your business partners, parents and whatnot being, entrepreneurs. Did you have any early mentors or influences growing up?
I mean, both of my parents are technically small business. My dad owns an auto repair shop, and my mom's a hairdresser working for herself. Influences, honestly, not really, man. I don't really like growing up. It was just like I had influences in like sports and basketball and golf. My dad taught me how to be semi-decent at golf.
Yeah.
But I never really had like that person that was like, do business, do this.
I'm the same way. Like, I mean, my dad was a blue collar, works for General Electric in the calibration lab. He just retired.
Yeah.
My mom was a teacher. And so there's nobody in my family that's just absolutely gone on and been some crazy entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And I didn't even want to be, I had no intention. I didn't know what entrepreneurship was.
Yeah.
Like, I grew from a small town in Piedmont, South Carolina. It's funny. Me and Kylie, my wife, this is only 8 years ago or 7 years ago. No, 2017. We were teachers. I was a high school teacher and she was a middle school teacher.
Really?
We graduated, we majored in education. And so, 8 short years ago, I was a teacher with my master's making $37,000 a year. She had her bachelor's making $32,000 a year. So like we go back and like look at that and think about that. And it's like, damn, like sometimes there's weeks where we make that, versus like making that in a year. But yeah, same thing. It's been a God thing really. I'm just like, putting these like, one of the guys that was on the podcast, he's got our pastor at our church. He said it best. It's like we aren't visionaries. That God puts like visions into our hearts, into our minds, to build what we're building. And I truly believe in that. I found an article. You went a little viral on
which one?
Your remote workforce.
Okay.
And how dare you pay them $4 an hour?
Yeah.
No, I know all about that. We have 38, I think, VAs in the Philippines and Venezuela that handle all of our guest communication, some like low-level accounting stuff, and some low-level marketing stuff. Let's talk through that.
Yeah.
When did you start? When did you hire your first VA? Where'd you find them? All that.
Yeah, I mean, we've had I would call them list building experts who, when ListKit was just a service, those dudes would go and build the list for us. So like, Tom wants a list of 5,000 CEOs. Like, Umair, go build this list and verify it and send it back to us, and he would do that. So probably like 3-4 years ago. Yeah,
it's funny. We're like, people, we pay ours a little more on purpose, hoping to improve retainment.
Yeah.
It does. Now it's like $6-7 an hour, not $4 an hour.
Yeah,
I'm sure you guys do too. But what is interesting about that, what people don't realize, and if they think about it, they understand it. Like, rent there is not. What do you pay for your rent here?
$3,400.
Yeah, rent's not $3,400 a month in the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
And so,
I made that video because I knew that most people don't grasp that idea and they don't know how the economics work.
Yeah,
and
their cost of living is way different.
It's like, this is exploitation. I'm like, they could leave whenever they want.
Yeah, the same thing with my business partner. Like we pay our nanny like $10 more an hour here than they do in South Carolina, because it's just like the going rate for nannies here. But it's just different. Yeah, because go to the grocery store and it's $200 here. It's $115. In South Carolina or whatever. Gas, all the cost of living and everything. How do you respond to critics that say that's exploitation?
I don't really respond at all. I just laugh. Like, I can't sit like there's probably 5,000 comments on that video. Yeah. They're like, pig, capitalist pig, piece of shit. Like, I'll actually find it because I posted it on Instagram too. Let's read. Do they get pizza parties? Outsourcing? And this is why the America's in the state that it's in. Exploitation at its finest. You're the problem. It's always this demographic, a.k.a. me. You should be turned into glue. You are the problem. So, yeah.
Nice. You're glue.
I just laugh at those
Yeah.
Because people will never say that to my face, so it's
Well,
like whatever.
what's funny is like they're very thankful for the job.
Yeah, that's what I said in the video. These guys love working for
Yeah.
us. It's like,
and we take care of them. One time, because we're in the Airbnb business, we rented a big mansion. Dude, it was a mansion in the Philippines, and it was like $23 a night or something.
you got it for them?
Yeah, we got it for them because
They're
they all
probably
live in like the same. Because how we didn't use any like recruiting service to find them. It was actually a cool story when we first started. So August of 2022, when we first started, what is now the Rise Collective. We started as an Airbnb property management company, and I had a buddy who owned a long-term rental management company, not Airbnb's or short-term, but long-term. And they had a team of VAs. I was like, hey, can you ask one of them if they know anybody that could come work for us?
Yeah.
And Tom was our first VA, and Tom was still with us. And Tom's the GOAT. He's the best.
There you go.
He's like one of the managers
Yeah.
on the VA teams. And then it was just the same thing from there. Hey, Tom, who else do you know? And hey, Claudia, who else do you know? And it's just all the same friends.
Yeah.
In that little.
That's kind of what we have in Lebanon right now, yeah.
I forget what city they're in. But yeah, we were in an Airbnb for like a couple nights. They had T-shirts made. It was like, I'm a home team VA. It was so funny, but it was sick. How do you build loyalty and culture with that VA team?
Well, a lot of our employees now are in Lebanon because my business partner is Lebanese and he has ties over there, and it's the same thing. Like this group of friends just kept referring themselves to us. I think being like personable and not like acting as the boss and just fucking around with them on calls and joking around and making jokes and changing our Slack profile pictures to AI Simpsons of ourselves and stuff like that. And like my partner, who's the CEO, is like living. He's about to get married in a couple weeks. He's living at his parents' house, like working out of the basement. So like they see the leader of the company living at his parents' house, and I think they just respect the humility and the,
Yeah, I agree. I think
the
it's
equality.
Doubling down on that. Like we've had to let go of some people this year, but I can't. When I talk about this last podcast, I still maybe one person, but we've lost one person that has gone a different direction in their career in our company, which is crazy. Over 100 employees, it's not normal.
Yeah,
but I think it's that. I think they, we're wild, we're crazy, we have fun.
Yeah,
I call it, we bring the juice every day, and it's absolutely a fun environment. But two, we expect best is the expectation, and we expect people to be their best. Nothing crazy, just be your best.
Yeah,
and then work your ass off.
Yeah,
and I think the reason they all work their ass off is because like they see your business partner living in his basement working his ass off. They see, even though I was on vacation for 30 days in the mountains, I started 2 more businesses. We had record months. Like we're still working in the mountains, right?
Yeah.
When my kids go to sleep at 8:00, I'm still working till midnight.
Yeah.
And so, what values, not just on your VA team, but how many employees are locally?
In the States, probably like we have 9 full-time AEs. I think 6 of them are in the U.S.
Okay,
and then 4 or 5 setters.
Okay, and then like, is it different with the values and the community locally in the States than it is in?
Yeah, I mean, like that's, so my partner Andre manages all those. We call them customer success, like all those team members, and then the sales team is managed by Dan. And I think the sales culture is fun because they have like monthly competitions. Like they did a March Madness bracket where whoever collected the most cash in a week advanced, and at the end of the month it was like the finals.
That's funny.
And like whenever we get a close, like everyone has a Slack emoji to mark their close.
Nice.
So one guy has like a butter. He's like smooth as butter, like butter emoji, like sailboat emoji. And then, so yeah, it's just like building that camaraderie and not making it feel so serious.
Completely off topic, but
Yeah.
smooth as butter. We were in the mountains. So my youngest son, he's 3. His name's Sutton. So I, out of nowhere, I just said, "Sutta, sutta," and he's a 3-year-old. He said, "Smooth as butter." I'm like, dude, what? So like now it's like always "Sutta, sutta," smooth as butter. What are you doing in terms of like, what's your belief and viewpoint on life-work balance? What's up, you guys? I wanted to introduce to you our done-for-you Airbnb investing service called B&B Turnkey that has massive tax implications. It's basically an investing service that allows you to invest in cash-flowing Airbnbs and not do any of the work. It's best explained in 3 phases. Number 1, we find, analyze, and underwrite the property. In phase 2, we handle all the interior design and construction. And then phase 3, we manage the property on the back end. The best part is most of our clients qualify for the short-term rental loophole of the IRS tax code. This allows for average clients to write off over $200,000 in depreciation on their tax bill. For more information, click the link in the description to connect with our team. As always, thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the episode.
I'm probably the biggest believer of that among my co-founders. Like these, I work hard until 6, 7 p.m. and then it's like go out, grab dinner with friends, grab a beer, hang out. I definitely, me personally, I think that it's not sustainable for me to do like work all day Saturday, hang out Sunday, work Sunday night, go back to the work week. Like I need my weekend golf and going out for drinks.
Boardroom, what's his name? He's in Tampa. The sports card trading.
Eric, I think.
Yeah,
he spoke. Yeah,
he spoke, and it was like he comes in on Saturdays with his CMO and records like ads. I'm like, dude, what?
Well, to be fair, like I think there's certain aspects of business that are more fun than others. Like,
good for him.
If I could sit on camera all day and film ads and podcasts, I would have the most fun job ever.
Yeah.
But a lot of my time is like talking to clients, fixing stuff, making copy edits.
Yeah.
So like we used to film our podcast on Saturdays. That's work, but it doesn't really feel like it.
Yeah.
I guess what I mean is like just unplugging for like that's why I love golf. Play 18 holes, get a transfusion 100%. Going. You know what I mean? Because me personally, I would burn out in the sense of like I would just not be at my
I gotta
best.
send you a video I saw on Instagram. It was like me talking to it was like this guy was like talking to the cart girl after 7 transfusions. So
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I think I've seen my whole feed is golf jokes. What about you though?
I think it's seasonal. I think my definition of work-life balance and yours is different. They were probably the same when how old are you?
25.
Yeah, when I was 25 with no kids, it was probably similar.
Yeah.
But now, I talk about it a little bit on the podcast. When I have Cannon, he's 5 and Sutton's 3, and an amazing wife at home. Like, I keep talking about Kurt, our pastor's on the podcast. He says, he does a lot of funerals, and there's 3 when a dad passes away. There's 3 types of like conversations. 1. Dad was never around. Dad worked too hard. Yeah, we have a lot of money. Yeah, with a lot of success, but he was never around.
Damn.
2, a mix of like, yeah, Dad was around. It was okay. Or like 3, like he was the best dad ever.
Yeah.
And so like that's what I want to be in terms of my work-life balance today is like them to see. Now I think I can teach them lessons too of the same lessons my dad taught me. My dad didn't make much money. My dad worked his ass off. My dad woke up at 4:45 every day to make it to GE by 5:30 in the morning. So like instill values of hard work and work ethic that they'll see, but at the same time, Dad, how did you build this amazing company, in business and do all this and make all this, but still you are around all the time, Yeah. And so how do we go? It's a blessing. We have an amazing team. And we've built it that way that the company not only can run without us, but it can also grow without us, which I think is important for every entrepreneur. I think there's seasons of, even now, there's going to be seasons in the future of like, hey, Dad's going to work 60 hours this week. Dad's going to work 70 hours this week. But there's also the opposite of spending 30 days in the mountains, working 2 to 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I think our values just change as we grow. Another viral video, the tipping video.
Yep.
Your take on tipping? What is it?
That was just raw. Like I was pissed off. I was in Miami and I bought a cappuccino from Pura Vida, which is like the staple of Miami, but it's wildly overpriced. And there was like a service charge of $2. I was like, it's a compulsory tip, and I was like, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
So I made a video and it popped off. And then I remade the video in Italy when they don't ask for a tip at all, but the service is still good. So I was like, people in the U.S. expect a tip for grabbing you a water out of the cooler.
Yeah.
And then Italy, they don't ask for a tip at all. So it was just interesting.
I hope I don't get backlash on this. I agree. I think my viewpoint is like, if you're at a table and they're serving you, that's one thing. But to make a hot coffee,
if you grab me a croissant out of the 20%, they turn the iPad around. It's like 0.
But then my only other viewpoint that's changed is we've been blessed up to this point. So it's like, it's just another different aspect to it of being a blessing and not being a curse. We had a speaker come into our team. That's the only viewpoint that I've changed. Like, I'll tip a Starbucks person, whatever, just because I want to be a blessing. But
no, that's fair.
It can't be expected.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like people are like
you're an
when
ass.
they turn the iPad around and you have to click 4 buttons to get to 0, and they're just staring at you like.
It's so awkward.
It's like,
and then
come
you're
on.
an ass if you do that, which that's not the case.
Yeah.
Like, you made me a hot coffee, put some cream and sugar in it.
Yeah.
Like, let's not act like you.
Yeah.
But then the argument would be, what's different between someone making I just thought about this, making a coffee and then making a drink? Because like we tip our bartenders.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
The difference is I'm drunk and I'll tip, and I don't really care.
That's funny. What has these like viral videos and like experiences, like what are they taught you about like internet fame and criticism?
That people never have anything nice to say online, so you can't really take it into consideration.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of numb to like the views at this point. Like the first couple of videos were like, oh my God, dopamine in my veins. Like, this is crazy. But now it's like, I don't really monitor my comments at all.
Yeah.
Because there's usually nothing good in there. So I just post whatever I want. And if you don't check, you don't know what people are thinking. Because people come up to me in person like, dude, I love your videos. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not going to let the people online hold any weight.
So you got behind a computer somewhere.
Yeah. People are dicks when there's no profile photo and they're just like, you're an asshole.
My business partner is the same way. He's got a large social media following, and it's kind of the same thing where they're saying like, Airbnb or making homes unaffordable, like you're the problem, all that. Dude, it's like bad.
Yeah.
Some of them are like, you're the scum of the earth, like type stuff. Do you think? Go ahead.
I made a video about bringing back bullying, like constructive criticism. I made it nuanced, so I'm not like I'm not advocating to bully somebody, but like giving your friends a polite kick in the butt if they're not being their best self.
Yeah.
And someone DM me like, "Kill yourself? How could you make a video on this?" I'm like, you're making fun of my bullying video by saying I should like kill myself. I was like, okay, that's cool.
Do you think were you in Italy? You said on the tipping of the video. Do you think like that country's service model, like you think we can learn from that?
I think, I don't think so because of cost of living and stuff. It's just a lot different.
More expensive here.
And Italians hate Americans. Most Europeans hate Americans, from what I've seen.
Really?
Never
been to Europe.
I was in Spain and they asked me in Spanish what I want. I was like, cappuccino. They're like, oh, an American. They just gave me a dirty look. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude.
Oh, I've never been. You're making me not want to go.
It's fun, but
let's move into content and kind of your personal brand. Like, what role has content played in your business success?
Yeah, I think from a fundamental standpoint, it's taught me how to be really good at speaking, and some of our best paid ads are me talking. It's taught me like good delivery, good pacing, tone of voice, conviction. Because like two people can film the same ad script and one could go very well and one could suck just based on how you're delivering it. Like we can build you a cold email system, or it's like we can install a cold email system. Like you want to grab somebody's attention, and it's taught me how to like make good hooks. Because like the first 2 to 3 seconds while someone's doom scrolling in bed, it's like that's what's gonna make them stop. So it's taught me how to make good videos. And then it's like the stuff I make isn't related to business really, but people will see my face, follow me, and then be like, "Oh, I see your ad also about cold email. Like I need help with that. Like let's talk." So
that's cool.
It doesn't like directly correlate, but it trickles over into the business side.
I think did you listen to the speech, whatever was his name? Nick, was it? The car trading guy? What was it? The sports card trading guy?
Yeah. I think it's Eric.
Eric. Yeah, you're right.
I hope so.
Eric. It is Eric. I'm highly confident. Anyways, did you listen to it?
I was listening, yeah.
I think that's cool what he does. We're like, he 3 brand new ads every single day.
Yeah, that's what it takes.
Which is like, that's crazy. And then he'll put, $15 to each ad, and the ones that they get the KPIs they run with, the ones they don't.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. Are you doing that?
We've hired an agency that kind of has UGC people that just we have like AI, we have static images, we have other people. I get on camera and still film. Like I have to film some ads this week for our new funnel. But the cool part is like once you get a hook that works, you can just play the hits and keep spamming it.
That's cool.
So like our best ad of me is I'm standing next to a whiteboard, like going through the points on the whiteboard. And every time we've recreated the whiteboard, it does pretty well.
What's your primary income stream today?
The coaching.
Coaching.
So the coaching business is cash flow. The software has margins, but we don't get paid out as much as the coaching because we're trying to exit the software.
Yeah.
So coaching kind of like funds our lifestyle, and then software is like going for the home run exit eventually.
What advice would you give to like either young entrepreneurs, or you hate the word influencers, but young influencers that are like afraid to post or afraid to even get on social media?
Everything in business and in life becomes easier when you have a personal brand. Not like easier, but it just improves. For example, I was in Las Vegas. I made a video about Vegas on day one that I was there. Like, if you think Vegas isn't ready for you, you're an idiot. Like, you're going to be devastated after day 3 here. Yeah. Just like a funny video. And it got views, and I got DMs from like every club promoter in Vegas. And I had like hot girl access to the club for a night, which was fun.
Yeah.
Like the promoter gave me a wristband. I got these drink tickets. I got to like meet the chain smokers.
That's cool.
Like, what the hell? Because I made a TikTok.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like, personal branding is everything. It's free eyeballs. It's free attention. People, for whatever reason, see you as like an authority figure. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you have a following, you must be important, which is dumb, but that's just how it goes.
I even tell our team, I told them the last time I spoke to them, we had our event, like, and some of them are doing it, and Lauren does it too very well. Like, I think everybody should be posting on social media and trying to build a personal brand.
Some people are like, I don't have anything to say. It's like all my videos are observations about the world that you could also make. Like, I'm not bringing proprietary knowledge to the table here.
And I've seen it firsthand with Michael. Like, we have 11 businesses in the Rise Collective. They're all in the Airbnb real estate space. We can start any business in the Airbnb real estate space and it blow up because his 600 and something thousand followers are all clients.
Yeah, here's a good example. We're hosting a mastermind in Fort Lauderdale.
I was going to come until you told me it was in Fort Lauderdale.
That's an easy drive.
Nah, dude, too many kids.
That's fair.
And too many chickens.
But we're hosting it, and we needed to sell tickets, and we always send it to our email list, post on Twitter, and I'm like, all right, let me tap into my Instagram audience, and I made 3 stories about it that day, and I have a hot list in my notes of like 38 people that want to come. Yeah, like a huge list of people that showed interest, you know what I mean? So it's like I've built this following separate of my businesses, but when I tap into it for business, it does super well.
What are you going to do at the mastermind?
We rented an Airbnb in Fort Lauderdale.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then what's the mastermind? Is that cold email? Is it?
It's like funnels and ads and content.
You just have speakers and.
Yeah, it's going to be Friday keynotes, and then we do breakout sessions where like there's a sales panel, a marketing panel, an operations panel. But like I feel like at events people remember the connections and the networking more than the talks that someone gave. So we've done 10 events at this point, and we've kind of toned down the speaking and gone more into like networking, hanging out, you know, that kind of stuff. So it'll be Friday, keynotes, breakout rooms, lunch, dinner. You can buy bedrooms at this house. So like some of us will just hang out at night. And
how many rooms are there?
I think 6 bedrooms. Okay. Maybe 8. I don't know. It's a big house. And then Saturday is going to be like a hangout day where we're going to have a station set up to film ads and content if you want. Do a podcast, and then it's just like cookout, pool day.
That's sick, dude.
Go out at night.
We need to do one here. We can do it at my new house that we're, you know, Ryan Hughes Design?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing a big deal with them in the backyard, like whole 90
I know his son, actually. He's always trying to sell me sneakers,
Yeah, sneakers. Does he sell sneakers?
He like flip shoes. Yeah.
Okay.
One day he posted a story. I'm like, sold. He like drove to my apartment, and I Venmo'd him on the spot for the shoes.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I need to follow this guy. I'm a sneakerhead.
I couldn't figure out which pair to wear, dude.
Only thing is, it's like it's like on 5 acres up in like the North Pinellas County area.
Yeah.
So it's too far away. But
that's gonna be your house or Airbnb?
Yeah, my house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So if we could do it's gonna be a sick backyard and a pond and guest house and
putting
all kind
green?
of stuff. Huh?
You putting a putting green in?
Putting green.
Really?
Yeah, putting green. I tried to get away with a lazy river, but my wife said no. Dude, that'd be so sick.
Damn, that's gonna be sick.
I know. But everything except the lazy river. New pool, outdoor kitchen, like covered with fireplace for the winter.
NFL Sunday area.
NFL Sunday area.
Yeah, nice.
Then we're doing an addition with an office and a gym. So we can do a mastermind there. It'd be sick. Take my wife and kids out for a weekend. We just do a
There you go.
mastermind there. One thing you said that I loved, I can't remember if it was a video or an article, but you've said in the past that you're addicted to building businesses. And I agree with you, but why?
Where are you getting this research? I don't even remember saying that.
I know everything about you.
Okay.
Everything.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I know all the dark secrets and everything.
I'm addicted to building businesses. I just think it's like the best feeling is having a good sales day or like a big breakthrough. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I get anxious when I'm supposed to be working and I'm golfing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I can work whenever I want, but I'm like super guilty if I'm not.
Yeah, there's an adrenaline rush in sales.
Yeah.
It's still to this day.
Like some of the best weekends in Tampa we've had is like when me and my two business partners had the same apartment, and we would have a huge week, and then we would just like go to the store, grab a case of White Claw, and just go crazy.
It's funny, and Vic even said this in the text the other day. We sell like cost seg services. She was listening to a call of a sales rep selling a cost seg service because she has to do some of the like work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, I get what you're saying. That there's a rush with like sales,
Yeah.
and there is still to this day."
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Hey, we got to close." And I was like, "They pay?" She's like, "No." I was like, "Well, you don't have to close." Like, so
That's Oh, they gave me a verbal. It's like no.
that's not how it works.
There you go.
But they did end up paying, so she did end up getting closed.
There you go.
What's the biggest financial risk you've taken?
I mean, I'm like I don't give anybody my financial advice because I'm in like Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these other coins. I mean, I put a bunch of money into like Gary V NFTs, so it's like a risk.
Yeah.
Kind of got smoked, but
I mean, but at least if you went into Bitcoin early, you should be fine right now.
oh, I'm good on that front.
Yeah.
Like the Bitcoin front is going great, but like the
Gary V
fraud
NFTs.
meme coin is a little bit not so great.
Are you in Doge?
Okay, here's a story.
Here we go.
I was in college. I had $3,000 in my checking account. I saw when GameStop was popping off, I saw a tweet that's like Wall Street Bets or whatever the guy's name is on Twitter. He put out like, what if Doge went to $1 and it was at like 1 cent? So I like threw $1,000 into Doge on Robinhood. And I flew to Florida the next day from New York during COVID to see my friend in golf and whatever. He's a golf course professional. So we had like a great weekend in golf and stuff like that. I'm on the plane. I bought the Wi-Fi so I could check the price because it was skyrocketing. And I was like, holy shit, went from like 1 cent to 8 cents to 10 cents. I'm like, I'm up like $10,000 on this. I'm like, but I'm not going to sell it. I'm just going to hold it and see what happens. Goes down to like 4 cents and I panicked and I sold it for like $4 or $5,000 in profit. And then it went to around $1 and I would have made about 120,000 as a college kid and I made 4.
Oh,
So yeah, that hurt a lot.
but you didn't know. I mean,
Hindsight's always 2020, but like all I had to do was just not check.
Yeah.
And I even told myself I was going to hold a certain amount of it no matter what happened, and I sold that too. So I would have still made like a good amount as a college kid. But during the trip, it was fun because I had the Robinhood debit card that you could spend your funds on. So I would spend like 120 on golf, pay for drinks, pay for dinner, and the money just kept coming back. I was like, this is like Monopoly money. Because I dropped like, as a college kid, a lot of money on the trip, and it just, Doge went up, and I made it right back. I was like, I can spend infinite money.
How's your Bitcoin right now?
I mean, it's at all-time highs. No one that's ever bought it is down.
What
I was buying at 20.
what is your average in?
So I don't have any of my Bitcoin on exchanges, so they don't have any stats. It's just like, here's your amount. Yeah. I think my average is probably like 45 or 50.
Sick.
Yeah.
So
I got in at like 25 in like 2023.
well, let's end with this. With the podcast being on Successful DNA, let's dive into like, I mean, it's really cool from your standpoint because you're just around, 4 other entrepreneurs and business partners. What is inside the DNA of you and your business partners or anybody that you've been around that's been successful?
I would just say consistency. Like so Twitter has like a space of Twitter called like money Twitter and business Twitter, where we were like the class of 2021, where us and a bunch of other guys started their businesses and became like known on Twitter at that time. And we're one of the only people that have, number one, stuck around and still are relevant and, making moves today. And then number two, didn't switch up on what we're selling. Like we sold cold email with probably 10, 15 other guys, and we're the only ones still doing it. So just continuity, I think, has been our biggest thing, because everyone's gone from cold email to UGC to AI to this to crypto to that to people are just hopping around all the time. You know what I mean? So I think just us staying on the same track of the same business for 5 years is what's
cool.
Been the biggest.
After listening to you talk about it before the podcast and then even a little bit on the podcast, I'm excited about working with you guys.
Yeah.
I think it can be a very mutual beneficial, hopefully more beneficial for us than you.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. That's always the goal. But dude, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, man.
Guys, thank you for listening to another episode of Successful DNA. Where can people find more about you?
Follow me on Instagram, christianb.23. Twitter is CB Writes Copy. TikTok is CB Writes Copy. YouTube is also CB Writes Copy.
Hey, I got all the above. And we'll put it on
there we
the
go.
description as well. But thanks for coming, bro.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.